So taking a look at the oscillating valve gear kit, which I've dreamt up and designed and printed. You can see a bogie in the background off KR Model's Bulleid leader. This has already been fitted with some of the improvement parts such as the guard irons and various pipe work and painted buffer beam, but also installed is the oscillating valve gear kit with its cover in place. It can be taken off so it can show the valve gear parts as well. So as you can see, down to the right hand side of this bogie we can see the kit. So we have the 2 cylinder blocks, one for each bogie. We also have the oscillating motion here. The other one is actually fitted to this one already. And we also have the 2 covers which are unpainted. So all of this does need some painting. I would recommend, before proceeding, to paint before installing. We'll go through step by step what you need to do to put this all together. It is quite complicated, so those of you who don't want to be sawing or cutting or dremeling away at your £185 KR Models leader, probably best to leave this alone. The covers will be available separately, however you will need to remove the fake oscillating motion representation, as the whole block or front face is too far forwards and there isn't enough room for everything to fit. So let's get on with it and show you step 1. So first part of the job is to really prepare on what you need to do. So this valve gear or cylinder block, is way too far forwards for a start, so that needs to be completely removed. So what I'm going to be using today is basically going to be a disc cutter for my Dremel. We're going to set it on a low speed, and just be very careful as we go. And generally we'll need a file. A flat file will be fantastic if you have one, a needle file. And apart from that, we'll just need some glue, say super glue or something like that will be absolutely fine. And it should be pretty straightforward, fingers crossed. So it can be a bit scary working on these things, but as long as you go slowly and follow the instructions, you should be absolutely fine. I've done one of these already, so haven't screwed it up yet. So let's carry on. So as you can see from the front of here, I've already removed the fictitious valve gear from the front already for a previous video, which I've already done in regards to the valve gear cover only, which you can purchase separately. If you're wanting to do this fully, you'll need obviously the components and the kit to do this with. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use my Dremel and disc cutter to just slowly cut it down the side, leaving a bit of margin of this panel here. So just going to cut down to the running plate here. Then what I'm going to do is then I'm going to try and cut along the bottom here with a small saw or something along those lines, to just remove and keep a nice straight edge behind this panel, which is quite important for a little bit later on when we come to fit the new motion. So I'm just going to do that now with my Dremel, and I'll put some inserts in while I do so. So what I'm about to do now, as you can see, I've cut away a section just here, small section. You can just do the whole thing with a Dremel if you really wanted to, but I'm tending to not overdo it on the Dremel side of things. So I have this little small handsaw, which is not fantastic, I have to admit, but it does the job of getting in small spaces. So I'm just going to finish this side off and get through to the other side without damaging anything, including the buffer. So let's try, let's see how we get on. And that's just about it. There you go, so that's one section out, and this will just need cleaning up some files and then on to the next part. So you join me here back on the bench, and you can see this area has all been tidied up with a file and a few Dremel pieces as well, so it's nice and clean and ready to fit the cylinder block, as we can see in front. So this cylinder block has already been painted before fitting, and the oscillating motion on the front has been stuck in with some varnish with a paintbrush, and it's just acrylic varnish I use just to do this. So overall this should be a very tight fit, but I would advise doing a dry fit first without any glue or anything, just to make sure it fits okay. And as I mentioned, it is a very tight fit, as you can see. So really what you want to do is just get it to where you really need it, which is just beyond where you cut the plastic away, and that should sit flush up against that piece of plastic. Make sure it's nice and straight on the top edge. It looks okay on the underside. You can see where it joins up and just goes around the NEM pocket holder. So once you're happy, you can see it fits okay. It's time for some glue. I'm just going to use a little bit of super glue on the sides, and then that should be reasonably easy to fit in place, and then it's on to the next part. So that is all now stuck in place, and just wait for the glue to dry off and head on to the next section. So you join me here back on the workbench with a more complete bogie here on the right hand side. So I basically cleaned this area up and have also fixed the cylinders in place, cleaned up and tidied the area with a bit of matte black around the running plates and also the back of the cylinders as well. So in this next point in this video, it's more about personalisation and what state you want to model your lead and locomotive in. So you can leave it as it is with the oscillating motion showing, which you can see here, or you can model it like you can on the left hand side with the actual cover in place. The kit comes with the cover, so you can pick between fitting or non-fitting, and you can fit it in place by adding, if you want permanently, a little bit of glue to the end of the legs on the cover, or we can use a little bit of varnish, acrylic varnish, something a bit like this for example, just on the legs, which would be fine. We can use some tacky wax as well, and the legs fit between the two sides of the cylinder chest, as it were. It's got some slightly raised sections that come out either side of the cylinders, and it slots just in between these two. So you can model that as is or with a cover. So in the next section, depending if you've purchased them or not, we'll go on to the buffer beam detail, which are the crane hoist or lifting points, which are just either side of the frames here.